Good evening and welcome to Watson Stadium, Hobbs Lady Eagles Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight as the 7-3 Lady Eagles take on the 5-3 Lady Trojans of Mayfield. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for Coach Santiago Mesa's 14th ranked Mayfield Lady Trojans. Number 0 is senior Danica Arona. Number 1 is junior Nicole Garza. Number 3 is junior Callie Pacini. Number 8 is senior Alexia Lopez. Number 9 is junior Janelle Gutierrez. Number 10 is senior Jalen Sapien. Number 11 is senior Ashley Chavez. Number 15 is junior Juliet Moreno. Number 17 is sophomore Sierra Nieto. Number 22 is junior Brisa Quintana. And the goalkeeper is number 31 sophomore Katie Guillen. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles under head coach Mackenzie Tellez, number 13 right now in the Max Preps ranking. Starters tonight in goal will be number 0 Sabrina Marquez, the senior cage keeper. Then you've got sophomore midfielder Corelli Rivera. Then number 6 freshman forward Camilla Beltran. Number 7 is senior forward and midfielder Brooke Davis. Number 11 is 8th grader midfielder Addison Bettis. Number 14 is junior defense woman Madeline Adame. Number 15 is senior defense Mariah Jimenez. Number 16 is junior defender Natalie Silva. And number 22 is midfielder and forward sophomore Sophia Soto. The Lady Eagles wearing the home black kits with the white letters and numbers and gold trim. For the visiting Mayfield Lady Trojans, they are in the road whites with the dark Kelly green letters and numbers. So for the Lady Eagles, their last 3, they are 1-2 in their last 3, looking to get back to winning and winning big. They lost to Albuquerque Academy 4-0 to start the Academy tournament before beating Sandia Prep 3-2 and then losing to Farmington 3-0. For Sandia, they're kind of in the same shape. They knocked off Carlsbad a couple of weeks ago 3-1 before losing to Albuquerque El Dorado 3-0 and then losing to St. Pius X out of Albuquerque 4-1 in their last matchup. So the Lady Eagles and the Lady Trojans tonight from here at Watson Memorial Stadium. The boys will be playing tomorrow night right back here, and we will have that game for you on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So it looks like the Lady Eagles will be attacking the north zone, a cloudy one tonight, and some lightning around the area. Knock on wood. There is no wood in this booth, but I'll find something. And there we go. Yeah, we've knocked on full wood in the walls. Let's keep that lightning 10 miles away if we can. So getting ready for the kickoff of this one, the Lady Eagles against Mayfield. And Hobbs will take it out, and they'll immediately shoot it down towards the goal and bouncing into Guillen's hands. And if the camera work's messed up tonight, that is all on me. I am flying solo tonight. Guillen will kick it back out into the midfield off of the head of one of the Hobbs defenders, then coming back. And Hobbs will start it forward. These Lady Eagles under head coach Tellez, they like to get runs on the wings and center it up and then bang it home. They can be extremely potent if they can find holes in the defense. Off of the header, going towards the left side. Hobbs trying to get something running. Mayfield will cut that ball off and then just run it out on the far side. And I do believe it'll be a Hobbs throw-in deep inside of Mayfield territory. Just underway in this one and on the throw-in. Going to be intercepted by Mayfield, and they'll pop it over onto the near side. Bouncing ball off the head into space. Lady Eagles will try and take it back right there. Pretty good contested matchup. 3 Lady Trojans and 1 Lady Eagle. That's probably not going to work too well. Got to get some help over there to her. And Mayfield controls, and they'll send the bouncing ball down. Controlled on the far side. And then a hot shot off of one of the Lady Trojans and into the Lady Eagles bench. And Hobbs quickly going to throw it back in. Bouncing ball down into the end zone and out of bounds. And out. And it should be Hobbs with the corner kick. So their first opportunity this evening for a set play. Setting it down on that far side over there will be Beltran for the Lady Eagles. And she will send it towards the middle and into space, and that one is finally kicked out and saved by Moreno. But an opportunity there for the Lady Eagles, not able to capitalize on it. Hobbs will try and go back on the attack from the near sideline. Tried the centering pass, knocked away by Mayfield. Hobbs will take it right back, though, working towards the middle, sending it in, and a shot on goal and a save for Guillen. That was, I believe, Adame who sent that one in. Guillen with her first save, and she'll send it back to the midfield, off of the head of one of the Lady Eagle midfielders, then over to the near side. Hobbs trying to get a centering pass in. Not going to work, and then back towards the middle it comes. Hobbs battles, as that'll be Moreno who sends it bouncing onto the far side, where Hobbs will corral in the midfield. Back out to right at midfield, then another long entry pass in. Guillen will come out of her cage, and she'll pick that one up. 3 minutes gone here in this first half of play. No score as of yet. The Hobbs JV winning 2-0 earlier. It was Teacher Appreciation Night. That's why we're a little late getting on. And congratulations to all those teachers who were recognized this evening. And it'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for Mayfield. All right, that'll be Janelle Gutierrez to throw it in from the near sideline. So she'll toss it in, but Hobbs will attempt to take it away and then sending it away from everybody and out. Another throw in from Mayfield. No score yet in this one. We are into the 4th minute. Hobbs controls, centering pass, working it towards the middle. A little give and go. And, oh, that's a hold. And then off of the side of the foot there of Brooke Davis. It'll be another save for Guillen. I believe they didn't call a holding penalty on that one. Hobbs should have had a free look at it. But refs are human too, and that one will go out. Hobbs throw in. Hobbs quickly back out. The Lady Eagles want to play a pressing up-tempo style. Not going to see anything different than we did last year style-wise. Of course, Coach Tellis been doing this for a few minutes, as they say. Centering pass comes in, bouncing ball into the teeth of the defense. Hobbs will take it back away and move back towards the far sideline and try and reset. That is Rivera. Of course, also a basketball standout. And she sees a lot more time on the court this year. Of course, can't worry about basketball. We're still worried about soccer here. And Hobbs still on the attack, bouncing ball, and that one is going to go wide and out. It'll be a free kick now for the Mayfield squad. 5 minutes have elapsed. We're into the 6th minute of this one. As Hobbs drops back in defense, as that one's going to be placed on the A by Guillen. Guillen not wearing a number. I'm not sure that's legal. As Hobbs will take it right back, coming this way. And that one will be off the side of the foot of Soto and out of the back line once again. And a whistle sounds and a sub coming in for Coach Mays' Mayfield squad. Clock continues to move, as it always does. You have very few clock stoppages in soccer. You might see some extra time at the end of this one. Mayfield will send it back out. And they'll try to get the attack on. Moving it through with Garza. Garza up. Comes back past Rivera, and then one of the defenders will kick it all the way back up into the Hobbs offensive zone. Foot race on the far sideline. Mayfield tries to save it, not able to, so should be, I'm thinking, will it be a corner kick for Hobbs? And we've got a whistle sound. I think we've got a player coming out who caught the ball in the noggin. So they're going to make sure that young lady's all right. It will be a throw-in for the Lady Eagles right at the 10-yard mark. Is the training staff going to come over, check on that young lady? No injury substitution for Mayfield. This is one of those rare occasions where the clock does stop. Pardon me. Mayfield taking their time with they have restarted the clock, but Mayfield taking their time getting subs in. Hobbs wants to wear you down, and Mayfield taking a little extra time on the throw-in into space. Collision out around the 15-yard mark, and then it'll be sent back down the pitch where it'll be handled by Silva. Silva going to have to send it back, and then the Lady Eagles will send it away, and bouncing into the far corner and out should go over to Mayfield. As Mayfield will go pretty much all the way back to the multi-purpose facility and corral that one up. After tonight, Lady Eagles will be on the road in Las Cruces on Saturday. Of course, the Hobbs boys football team will be there on Friday night. And to kick away for Mayfield. Hobbs has pretty much been living in the Mayfield end. Only had a couple of shots on goal. Both have been stopped. As Hobbs and one of the defenders battles. And it'll go out, and it'll be last touched by Hobbs. So another opportunity for Mayfield to try and get something moving here as a new ball comes in. As the time keeps slipping away, we are at the 9-minute mark. As Mayfield will kick it back out. Hobbs will come over and intercept it. Tries to go right back on the attack from the midfield. Hobbs just swarming and smothering right now. That one going to be out between the benches right at midfield. Throw in for the Lady Eagles. And on the throw in, another toss and chase, and that one out. Another free kick opportunity for the Lady Trojans. Neither team yet finding a whole lot of rhythm in anything they're doing. You'd expect more of that maybe when some of the fatigue starts settling in, and that one just barely put back into play. Mayfield going to try something different here. Bouncing it into the midfield where I will take over. Then moves it forward to Lopez. Lopez trying to take it up the right wing. Hobbs defense gets on her quickly and out. So it'll be Mayfield throw in from right in front of the Hobbs bench. Trying to find a place to throw it where there is not the black and gold lined up. So right at the midfield stripe. Mayfield and Hobbs battling. Hobbs with 4 defenders back as that was Rivera sending it bouncing back down the field. And pretty good battle goes into the middle. Hobbs trying to move it through, working it up, and an attempted shot going to be blocked by one of the Mayfield defenders, and it'll go out. So it'll be Hobbs' ball. Nice job by a couple of Hobbs Lady Eagles there as the throw-in comes in from Davis, moving it into the middle as one of the Lady Trojans goes down. Centering pass, another shot attempt. That one blocked away by Mayfield. Hobbs smelling some opportunity here into the middle. Bouncing ball, and that'll be a shot by Addison Bettis, the 8th grader. Didn't get a lot on that one. Guillen able to handle it. She'll bring it out and just pop it up to the near side and out, and it'll be a throw-in for Hobbs on the near sideline. That one to Soto to throw in. Sophia Soto, the sophomore. She will toss it in. But Mayfield will take possession of it, and then nobody home on a pass to the near side. Another Lady Eagle throw in. So Soto from midfield looks and tosses it down. Trying to find a little space as Garza will take it up, look for some room. Collision at midfield. Everybody's back up and moving. And a battle going on the near side here between Lopez and Soto. Now Hobbs going to try and move it forward again. Bettis not able to get to that one. It comes back out. So the Lady Eagles battle, take it to the far sideline. Another chip and chase. And that one will be out. Another opportunity for Mayfield to kick it away. Whistle sounds, and going to have some subs come in for the Lady Trojans. 27.5 minutes, plus whatever stoppage they decide to put up on here in the first half. 2 40-minute halves with a 10-minute halftime. And the kick away, Mayfield able to screen and then take that one, attempting to dribble it down the field. Mayfield trying to get their first opportunity of the game, and a whistle, and we're going to have a offsides on Mayfield. Got just a little bit too far ahead of that one. So it'll be Hobbs to boot it away from their own 30-yard mark. That's the 20-yard line on the American football numbering. Of course, then you got a 10-yard worthy end zone. And on the kick in, that one will go out on the far side. So throw in front of the Hobbs bench for Mayfield. No score. Mayfield still looking for their first shot on goal. Hobbs with 3 shots. None of them have gotten past the cage keeper yet. Some good opportunities, but none of them have found the back of the net. Hobbs throws it in, trying to go once again on the attack. Into the middle, Bettis goes over, that's Davis. And pretty good battle here on the near side, trying to chip and chase over to Davis in the near corner, and that one's out. So it'll be Mayfield to kick it away from just in front of their cage once again. And both teams not really finding any rhythm here through the first 15 minutes of this matchup tonight. Mayfield will send it in and then try to control it. Onto the near side with Garza, who tries to center it up, but Hobbs will take it away and bounce it right back. Bouncing ball and out, and deja vu all over again. Free ball for Mayfield. Clock continues to move. 25-14 remaining here in the first. As they'll try just a little soft entry once again. Finding a soft spot in the middle. Took a minute for Mayfield to collect and corral that one. Then Hobbs immediately will take it back away and go on the attack on the far side. Oh, nice interception from Mayfield. Now they try and go on the attack. Mayfield not very sharp in their passing, and it's kind of cost them a couple of times here in the early going. Battle in the middle and a whistle. We're going to have a foul and free kick for the Lady Eagles. So an opportunity for a set play from 45 yards out from the cage. That'll be Beltran to do the duties from the near hash mark. The Lady Eagles lining up as Beltran will send it towards the net and wide and out. And so here we go again, Mayfield. Mayfield has not spent hardly any time in the Hobbs zone at all in the early goings here. So now they'll try it on the near side, just a little soft in. And then a bounce pass. Hobbs will take that one away. Beltran kicks that one up. It hits the post. Now it gets behind the keeper and going to have to be knocked away. So another save for Guillen, gets an assist from the top of the post. And the Lady Eagle pressure. Going to try and keep that on as Mayfield tries to kick it away. This one will go bouncing through everybody. And to Guillen in the cage. And she'll just walk it out about 15, 20 yards before she'll boot it back towards the midfield. Bouncing over the head of everybody. Hobbs will just pop it right back up there, then off of the head. Mayfield going to be forced to take it back to try and set something up. It comes near side. Another bad pass. That one is out, and it'll be Hobbs' ball. Quickly thrown in by Soto. And the ball just bounces around. Soto heads it off, trying to get it over into the midfield. Lopez is there for Mayfield. Soto comes right back over. And Hobbs will take it away. Then bouncing it over. Bettis trying to get to that one, not able to, and Mayfield will send it out on the far side next to the Hobbs bench. And the Lady Eagles quickly on the attack again. No score in this one, 22 and a half minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Mayfield still looking for their first shot, their first sustained presence in Hobbs offensive or in Hobbs defensive territory. Mayfield has had almost no time on the attack. Hobbs being extremely aggressive. And that one will go out. Another throw in for Mayfield on the far side. We got some lightning in the distance. Of course, we had Teacher Appreciation Night tonight, so this one's starting a little bit late. Of course, if there is lightning, the stadium will have to be cleared, and it'll be a minimum 30-minute delay. And we'll have a collision, and should be a free kick for Mayfield, it will be. Lady Trojans still deep in their own end. And sending it down to the midfield where Hobbs will take it away. Dump it in once again. And a little misplay now. That'll give Mayfield an opportunity. Coming to the near side. That is Garza. Looking for some room. Tries to get it around. Good defense on the near side by Soto. Soto wins that battle. But it'll stay on the feet of Mayfield as that's Aaron Burke who checked in a few minutes ago. She will toss it in, gets it to Garza. Garza trying to work it out. Soto will just take it away from her. Hobbs back on the move. The Mayfield, their first time with any significant time in the attacking zone, but no shots on goal as of yet, and that one will go out. Soto not able to catch up to that one. Pardon me, that was Jimenez. So the throw in for Mayfield, and Hobbs will just take it right away. Trying to get it centered up to Davis. Not going to work there as Mayfield will track that one down, but not before it goes out. Nope, they say that it did go out, so it'll be a corner kick for the Lady Eagles. From the near side is Beltran. Puts it down in the northeast corner. Set play now for the Lady Eagles. Beltran sends it into the middle. It gets hipped off as Beltran will come back over. She'll put it off of the foot. Centers it back up again. Bouncing ball in front of the net. Hobbs turn around. Shot and light the lamp. It is good. Bettis will light the lamp at 19:39. So that is 20-21 of the first. So in the 21st minute, Addison Bettis, the 8th grader, puts it in and will put Hobbs up. That was a bouncing ball, mad scramble in front of the net. The Lady Eagles' pressure pays off as they now take the 1-0 lead. So on the kickoff, moving it back into play. Hobbs 5 shots on goal, 4 saves. As Garza with it, Soto takes it away. Nobody home as she bounces it into space, and then Mayfield just going to have to send it back out. You know, they're going to say that came off of one of the Lady Eagles. So it'll be a throw in for Mayfield right at midfield. As that's going to be Burke, who bounces it towards the middle. Hobbs will just bounce it back out and look to reset and go back on the attack. There's the header from Davis, who will come over, battle, and just take it back. Brings it up the right wing. Now is going to send it to Jimenez. Jimenez will send it in. It's going to be Burke, who bounces it towards the middle. Hobbs will just bounce it back out and look to reset and go back on the attack. There's the header from Davis, who will come over, battle, and just take it back. Brings it up the right wing. who fights, loses it. Garza takes it away from her, and she'll bounce it back into the midfield. Hobbs going to come back over and just send it back down the other way and out. It'll be a throw-in on the near sideline for Mayfield. So Burke will throw it backwards as now Hobbs will come in. This was hockey. That'd be back checking. This is not hockey, obviously. And Garza with a nifty little move takes it away. She'll try and find a little space. Mayfield still looking for their first shot into the middle. Long shot over, and that one will be wide of the net. We'll go and give Nieto the shot. But it is wide, and just like that, Hobbs will have it back. 17:40 remaining here in the first as that one goes bouncing all the way out to the street. And the Lady Eagles do have possession of it. And it'll be Marquez who will send it away as the Lady Eagles leading 1-0. Look to go back on the attack, but Mayfield looking to stay there, trying to get some room in the middle. Hobbs just going to bounce it out. In a pretty good battle. Mayfield winning that battle, then trying to move it deeper in. Hobbs comes over and is just going to have to shoot it out the far side with Beltran. And so now Mayfield getting their first sustained pressure of the match with 16:50 remaining here in the first. Throw in on the far sideline. That one will go bouncing. Mayfield tries to get to it and can't control it before it goes out of the back line. And so the Lady Eagles will control it once again. Hobbs is a team that is much better on the attack than they are on the defense. Not to say they don't play defense well, it just means they are more comfortable when they are setting the pace and putting on the pressure. And we'll have a foul called on the far sideline. Body foul on the Lady Eagles, so a free kick. Set play now for Mayfield. Clock continues to move. Under 16 minutes remaining here in the first half. It will be a kick from the sideline. Set play. Coach Meza hollering, move around to his girls. And almost a bicycle kick there. Mayfield looks for a little space, and Hobbs will just clear it away. To the midfield, it'll be slowed down by Davis. Gets it over to Bettis. It goes bouncing, and then out on the Hobbs bench. And back over to the Lady Trojans. And the throw in by Nieto comes bouncing. And Hobbs will just send it back. We're going to play back and forth, I think, for a minute or two. Hobbs trying to get on the attack again, and there's a bouncer. That Mayfield will just screen out and let go out the back line. 1-0, the Lady Eagles in the lead of this one. Just under 15 to play, plus whatever stoppage they put on it. So Hobbs going to try and get back to their attacking ways. And the free kick in, Hobbs will take it away. Bouncing it into the middle, trying to settle it down is Davis on the near side. She kicks it and kicks it right into the head of one of the Lady Trojans. That was Burke, who just kind of has to shake her head a little bit, get the cobwebs out. Yeah, that couldn't have felt too good. And it will be a corner kick for the Eagles, so Beltran will come over into the northeast corner to send it away again. Hobbs has had some opportunities on free kicks. Playing a little bit further away from the net this time as Beltran sends it in and over the heads of everyone, and that one will go bouncing across and out on the far side. So it will be Mayfield ball. And the free kick comes up empty. Hobbs, though, does lead this one 1-0. Mayfield quickly sends it back into play. As they'll try and go on the attack, Hobbs will try and stay on the attack. They've pretty much spent most of the game in the attacking zone. As Rivera battles near side, Soto comes up. Rivera comes back through, gets bodied off of that one a little bit and out. Last touched by Hobbs, so a throw in on the near sideline for Mayfield. Of course, Mayfield there in Las Cruces. And the bounce into the middle to Garza near side. She goes around Soto, looks for a little space. Coming over to help and assist. Nice job there by Rivera. And then a battle on the far sideline. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work. Again, I am flying solo tonight. So into the middle, looking to come back on the attack. That is Lopez. She'll come near side to Garza. Garza looking for some space. Turns around, sends a bouncer. Well wide of the net, but coming over just to make sure that none of the white and green Mayfield players can get to it. Marquez will control and bounce it back up the field. And that one bounces and out and off of a Mayfield player. It'll be Hobbs throw-in at their own bench. 12 minutes exactly remaining here in this first half. Hobbs leading 1-0. Bouncing ball deep inside the Mayfield defending zone, and Hobbs will come over, take that one off of the foot. And Mayfield will send some more reinforcements in. I'm not sure Hobbs has put any subs in at this point. I think we've still got the starting 11 out there for the Lady Eagles. Well, no, there's Alexis Arona, so the freshman midfielder. So we have made one change. So Burke to throw it in. We're about the 20-yard mark. Thinks about going backwards, instead goes forward. And it'll go bouncing into the middle. Where now Hobbs will center it up, looking for some room. Bettis with a bounce shot, and that one will go just wide. Bettis trying to cash in her second goal of the match. Sends it just wide of the cage. Did a nice job settling that one down and sending it through. And score update from Lovington tonight. The Lovington boys playing Santa Teresa. And also from down in the Las Cruces area, lightning delay in Lovington, another one. Santa Teresa leading that one with 35 minutes to play. Score 1-0, but a lightning delay on that one up on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Also here on HobbsAmerica.com. More Hobbs and Lovington soccer tomorrow for you. Hobbs boys will be right here against Centennial. Don Morgan will have the call on that one. And on the free kick in, the corner kick into space, but Mayfield manages to take it away. Pretty good battle. Soto comes over, but can't keep it in. It'll be a throw-in for Mayfield. Lovington girls will be playing tomorrow as well. Lovington Sports YouTube, Abby Schaus will bring you the video on that one tomorrow. I'd be doing one of them, but I got some personal business I got to take care of tomorrow, so leave you in Dawn and Abby's capable hands on the two broadcasts tomorrow. Mayfield trying to go on to the attack, but nobody home, and Hobbs' defense just going to swipe it out and swat it out into the Mayfield bench. So it'll stay Mayfield ball on the far sideline. 9 minutes, just a little over 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Hobbs leading 1-0. And quickly in, quickly out. Another throw in. Hobbs defense trying to swarm in. Mayfield trying to get some looks. They go to the far right wing, a bouncer in. That one is going to be pumped out and then blocked away, but that is the Second shot on goal. Marquez with her second shot as Garza had flashed over to that side. Now centering it up. And a bouncer onto the far side. Adame giving chase. But it'll be Mayfield who gets to it. Then they'll send a slow roller out of the back of the end zone. And it'll be Hobbs' ball. So Marquez will kick it away herself after that one goes through the back. 8 minutes to go, first half of play. Girls High School Soccer here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight. Hobbs leading 1-0. Of course, still a couple more tune-ups before district gets underway here in a couple of weeks. And we will have I believe we're going to have a penalty kick. Yep, I'm going to have a penalty called on Hobbs on a hard tackle. So a free kick from very close in for the Mayfield Lady Trojans. See, they're going to get to take that one. It'll be a good opportunity for them right here. They're going to put this one down for sure. It might be right on the 10-yard mark on the far side. So, yep, it will be a free kick. And it looks like it'll be Lopez to take that kick. So Mayfield, a golden opportunity here to try and knot this one up at one apiece with 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Their best sustained pressure of the evening. And the bouncer in, and Hobbs will just head it out, and then off of the heels of one of the Hobbs Lady Eagles, bouncing through, and Hobbs will just have to clear it out down the field. Sometimes that's all you can do. Mayfield doesn't let it go out. They decide they want to try and keep the pressure on. Centering pass where Hobbs will just gobble that one up and then bounce it back down, try and get back on the attack. That's Davis. She'll take it far side where Beltran has a little trouble corralling it. Looks for some room. She'll have to send it back to the midfield, and Hobbs' offense will try and take back over to Davis at the 20-yard mark. She'll take it out to the left wing, looking for a little space. Good pressure on her as two Lady Trojans collapse in on her. Going towards the back line and then trying to get it centered up and cannot. And they're going to say that one was off Brooke Davis. And so it will be Mayfield ball. Clock, of course, in soccer, always moving. Under 6 to play here in the first half. One 1-0, the Lady Eagles in the lead. Defense has done a nice job. Mayfield only with 2 shots on goal through the first half. They've had some opportunities, but were not able to get shots on it. That one will be a slow roller that Burke will come over and find and then out as she was trying to find Garza. Just kicked that one a little funny, so Soto sends it into the middle. Pretty good battle and a little slow roller in as turning around. That was Soto actually. Came in, put that one in. Guillen with 6 stops, has only given up 1 goal, and then she'll come out and boot that one towards the midfield. Garza with it. And she'll chip and chase. She's been the spark plug for Mayfield, and then that one is out off of the foot of Mariah Jimenez. So Garza will throw that one in, bounces over the head of everybody, and then Hobbs immediately, instead of trying to control it, just sends it back out and into the middle of the pitch. Hobbs looking for an opportunity to get it out. Mayfield looking for an opportunity to take another shot on goal. Hobbs will just swat that one back into the Mayfield end as the sun breaks through the storms off to the west. And so, yep, I apologize about the glare. Nothing I can do about it. Bouncing ball back out towards the midfield where Burke takes it. Centers it up and then gets it to Garza. Garza to the middle, turnaround shot, and that one is stopped by Marquez. So Garza, who's been pushing in hard, her second shot. She has 2 of the 3 shots on goal for Mayfield. back out to the midfield, 1-0. Hobbs in the lead, 3:30 to go here in the first half. Hobbs ball, they'd like to tack one on here late if they could. Mayfield would like anything but that to happen. And a long bouncer in. No shot, just an easy one for Guillen to come out of the cage and collect. And then she'll send it back away. So bouncing around as Dame got to it. She settles it back down, and that one will head through and out. Should be Hobbs' ball. Yep, it'll be a Hobbs throw in. On the far sideline. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Pretty nice evening for a little soccer here in southeast New Mexico. So the throw in from the far sideline, and Mayfield immediately sends it right back out. As Hobbs preparing to toss it back in. Beltran tosses it into the middle, trying to get it onto the foot of Davis. Davis gets blocked, can't put it through. Now it squirts free momentarily, then a turnaround bouncer, and that one is going to be just wide of the cage. As Hobbs took a look at it, but could not get it to go. 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half of play. Hobbs leading 1-0. Had 7 shots on goal. 1 has found the back of the net. Just 3 shots on goal for their opposite number. Now they're going to try and get a push late. On the rush, that one not able to be saved, and it'll go out, and so Hobbs will have it next to the Mayfield bench. Oh, they changed their mind and say it'll be Mayfield ball. Wow. Now whistle, and yep, they got it right. Yep, they said, nope. We were right. We were right the first time. Oh, Hobbs ball working the far sideline. 1-0 Hobbs in the lead. 1 minute remaining plus stoppage. Soto turns around, bouncer, and that one will be wide of the cage. Hobbs not afraid to send it towards the net if they have an opportunity to. We are under a minute plus whatever stoppage they decide to put on this one. And the bouncer into the midfield. And it looks like Mayfield may get their last second rush. Getting it to Garza in the middle. Garza looks, a little stutter step, takes it to the right side, looks for some room. Hobbs does a nice job getting it, but that one will bounce right onto the foot of Nieto, who sends it towards the cage, and Marquez has to make the stop. That'll be her 4th stop of the evening. Under 20 seconds remaining, as Marquez will just pop that one up back to the midfield, bounces past the initial potential attackers. Hobbs going to try one more rush here late. That'll be intercepted by Mayfield, and we are clicking into extra time right now as the ball continues to bounce in the midfield, as that one will go out, and that should do it for the first half, and it will. So the first half is in the books here at Watson Stadium. The Hobbs Lady Eagles leading Mayfield 1-0 on a goal in the 21st minute by Addison Bettis. 2021 officially into the contest. Bettis puts Hobbs on the board 1-0. So we'll take a timeout. Come back in just a few minutes for the second half. Hobbs Lady Eagle Soccer is right here on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Soccer on Hobbs Sports YouTube and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Hobbs takes the 1-0 lead into this second half of action. Thanks for being with us on this Monday evening. And, of course, big thanks to all of our sponsors who make Hobbs Eagle and Lady Eagle Sports possible. Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. Be sure you thank those local businesses with your support and your patronage. They make it possible for us to bring you these games and never have to charge you, which unfortunately too many so-called broadcasters do. They charge you and they still make you sit through commercials, or they beg you for donations. We don't have to do that either, thanks to those great folks there at the bottom of your screen. So again, thank those great folks who make Hobbs Eagle and Lady Eagle Sports possible. Of course, the Hobbs boys will be in action tomorrow against Centennial here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, and then the Hobbs football team will hit the road on Friday night. They'll be in Las Cruces to open district. I'll fill in for Ty Friend on that one. Sav Anthony will be with me, so hope to see you there. So we are underway here in this second half. Hobbs leading 1-0. Mayfield will control it to start as they take it deep into their own zone. Noticed at halftime, Coach Mesa was very animated with his young ladies, telling them they needed to be more aggressive. They needed to move the ball more. Well, let's see what they do when they come out. Hobbs, of course, I think going to come out and just continue to try to do what they did. Hobbs spent most of that first half in the attacking zone. Going to try and do it here in the second. A little body off, a battle going on. And Hobbs will control it. Hobbs has had much better control of the ball, too, for the most part in the first half. Of course, that's why you play a full game. But now it'll be another opportunity as Garza flashes into the zone, leaves it off in the middle where Hobbs will take it away and try and send it back up, but it'll be Nieto who steals it away, and then it'll go over the head of Lopez on the far side. Bouncer as Hobbs will chase it down over there with Silva. And back out into the midfield. Bouncer into the middle. And Hobbs defenders will just send it right back out towards midfield where it'll be an opportunity for Mayfield to try again. And then that one will go out and a throw in from right at midfield for Mayfield. After tonight, the Lady Eagles will get to take a breather for a little while. And then they'll be heading to Las Cruces on Saturday. Take on Las Cruces High. After tonight for Mayfield, they'll be in Las Cruces on Saturday, taking on Albuquerque Sandia. As Nieto to the midfield, tries to center things up, then sends a bouncer all the way across. Garza not able to handle that one out. So it'll go over to the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Still 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. Just a couple minutes have expired here in this second half. Hobbs trying to improve to 8-3 on the year. And on the throw-in, taken away by Las Cruces Mayfield, and bumped out by Hobbs. And so Mayfield going to get a chance deep in the attacking zone here with the throw-in. Sabrina Marquez still in the cage, had a fantastic first half. So Hobbs will control it on the throw-in. As it'll continue just to bounce around. Now Hobbs going to try and move it forward out into the midfield. Moving it forward. Davis coming to the near side. Coming over and taking that one away and trying to save it. Not able to is Ashley Chavez. So Hobbs throw in from the near side. It'll be Mariah Zambrano. Seeing some time out there. Zambrano will control it at the midfield and center it up. And Hobbs will bounce it right to the big H in the middle. Try and find a little room. Mayfield early on has been playing much tighter defense than they did in the first half. Hobbs looking for some room. They do thrive on chaos as that one into the middle. And trying a centering pass that gets shoved back out to the middle of the pitch where Mayfield takes over. But another little bobble, and that almost gives Hobbs an opportunity with a big run there. Mayfield hung back for most of that first half. And their goaltender did a fantastic job. Guillen facing 7 shots and stopping 6 of them. And some of them were some high-quality chances. Out on the far sideline, Lady Eagle throw in from deep inside the territory of the Lady Trojans. Battle going on that far sideline. Feeding it back, centering kick, and bodied out, but out and right onto the foot of one of the Hobbs Lady Eagles midfielders and through the back and out. Oh, no shot on goal, didn't come anywhere close to the cage, but Hobbs with an opportunity. Mayfield will try and start it back up on the dribble. Hobbs will take it away, though, on the far sideline. The teams just kind of exchange and battle. Still on the Mayfield side of things. Turnaround bouncer and then gets bounced right back. And a whistle, and yep, think we had a push under there. So free kick for the Lady Eagles, and they'll just quickly take that one and owie right off the tushy of one of the Lady Eagles, and the ref said, nope, try that again. We hadn't signaled we were ready yet. That's almost insult to injury. No injury, but now the kick into the middle, and that one will slide through. Hobbs with an opportunity, and then a tackle. Yep, we're going to have a free kick from right in the middle of the field. As that was Chavez who came over. Mayfield might want to think about putting a football helmet on her and getting around on the football field on Friday nights, as it'll be Bettis to kick it away. There's Garza right there with her. You don't see that very often, and now she'll back off. And on the free kick, and that one is off of the net, off the crossbar. So Bettis puts it right on the mark, but just about an inch high. Guillen has gotten an assist from the top hand a couple of times. That crossbar has saved a couple of netters. I think Hobbs kind of shaking their head a little bit on Garza, basically playing mirror to Bettis on that one. I said, I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Must be legal because they let her do it. Seems like something that might upset you just a little bit, though. At least from the sportsmanship perspective. Like I said, maybe it's common. I've just never seen it. So back out in the midfield. Mayfield takes it into Hobbs' side, but Hobbs will take it back and then move it forward. Little soft pass through. And Hobbs will take it back, trying to break through the zone. Another bouncer over, another body, another tackle, no call. Hobbs with it, another centering pass to Bettis, to Davis, working it up the far side. Bouncer, Davis takes it in and puts the shot on net. Guillen will stop it. Davis put it up and through very well, but not able to hammer it home. But a golden opportunity there for the Lady Eagles. But a good job again by Guillen, making her 8th stop of the evening. 32 minutes to go here in regulation. Hobbs leading 1-0. And Hobbs will take on the free kick. Then a centering pass right into the teeth of the defense. And coming near side to Chavez. Chavez bounces it through. Hobbs continues to put a little pressure on. And then out on the near side, it'll be a throw-in for Hobbs deep inside the territory of the Lady Trojans. Hobbs with an opportunity here off the header. Hobbs tries to settle it down, and almost an own goal off the head of one of the Lady Trojans. I think that was Gutierrez, who was battling in the middle. The ball will go squirting out by the Mayfield bench. Hobbs ball. 9 minutes have elapsed here in the second half. 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. Hobbs again has had pretty much all the pressure in this half. Now a pretty good battle and trying to put some pressure on, and we'll have a minor offense, which will lead to a free kick for Mayfield. This will be their best opportunity so far in the second half. Comes at the, as we click into the 10th minute of the second half. Hobbs going to bring everybody back on the defensive end of things. Free kick from about the 30-yard mark for Mayfield. It looks like they, no big surprise, they're going to have Garza come up and take that free kick. So it looks like Hobbs going to stack the defenders on the set play. Garza by far the best striker for Mayfield, at least that we've seen. And she'll come up and she'll send one on net, and it'll go over the top. This was football. That might have been a three-pointer, but doesn't work that way in football. Soccer, as we call it here in the States. And now Marquez will send it back out into the pitch. And Hobbs will look to maybe try and go on the attack once again, and they get an opportunity coming to the near side. That once again into the middle, looking for it. And then just a lazy one back. Good defense there, as on the run was Bettis. I think if Bettis just takes that one all the way herself, she may have gotten a shot off. Decided to try and center it up and get Beltran in the action. Unselfish play is a good thing, except when you've got a wide open potential look. Now Mayfield trying to squirt it back into the midfield. Bouncer, Davis gives chase. She will run down. And finally, it'll be Mayfield who just has to kick it out. Some more lightning off to our west. As long as it stays that way for another 28 and a half minutes. Of course, they're in another delay in Lovington, but just been informed. So on the throw in to the middle, Mayfield will clear it out. Clearing the zone. But Hobbs immediately back in to Beltran. Gets bumped, no call, into the middle. Bouncer for Bettis, and that one is on target. Bettis with her fourth shot on goal. And the ninth stop for Guillen. So 10 shots on goal for the Lady Eagles. Only one has found the back of the net. They lead 1-0. 27 plus minutes to go. So we're into the 13th minute of this one, and a free kick. For Mayfield in their own end of the field. They will squirt that one down. Hobbs' defender knocks it down and immediately sends it back up. Hobbs has a 3-on-2 break. Looking, centering pass, bounces through, and Hobbs with a great chance there, but just getting a little too excited, a little too much adrenaline, as Beltran not able to handle that one. Bounced in front of Bettis, bounced in front of Beltran. Beltran not able to track it down. And so Mayfield gets a gift. It was a 3-on-2 break for the Lady Eagles. So on the throw-in, it'll bounce off of a Lady Eagle. Defenders are playing very tight on them, not giving them much opportunity to do anything, and that one immediately right back out. And so we'll throw it in again for Mayfield. 1-0, Lady Eagles in the lead. 26 and a half in regulation. And finally get it in is Beltran. Puts it into some space. Bettis gets it. Nifty little move. Looks for some space. Comes left side. Centering pass and goes right off of one of the Lady Trojans, who will send it back up. Then the bouncer in and a run in on it. No shot. Mayfield will put it back into play. 26 minutes to go, and that one out by the Mayfield bench. It'll be Hobbs' ball. So Hobbs takes it away. Bouncer in, trying to get it into the middle. It'll be Beltran, battles underneath, battles through. Then a collision between the keeper and one of her own players. And it'll be out. It'll be Hobbs' ball, but one of Mayfield's players very slow to get up. Of course, when we have an injury, we try and keep that off camera. And the keeper, both players are down. As Guillen is down. I don't know if they, I think we had a knee go into a head maybe, or we might have had a meeting of the minds, so to speak. So clock will stop with 25:25 to go in regulation. Yeah, looks like they're going through the policy here, as that will be I think the young lady is indicating that she maybe had a collision, got her in the chest there. That's Callie Piccini. She's up and breathing. I think maybe just got the wind knocked out of her. But the goalkeeper, Katie Guillen, is still down. Hard collision back there. Hobbs, Lady Eagles putting on serious pressure. They have pulled the teams off the field. The sky is looking more ominous, especially to our west. A lot of lightning. I'm having trouble believing that we're not getting close to the 10-mile mark on that. Hobbs leading 1-0. Of course, they've had a couple of delays up in Lovington. They actually decided to play the varsity game first up in Lovington to make sure they got that game in tonight. Was no chance of rain in the forecast for this evening, but Mother Nature does not always do what the Weather Service says she's going to do. So Guillen's up, and they're going through the full check, make sure she's all right. Their backup keeper also warming up, and I do not know who that young lady is. Their keepers do not wear numbers, which I don't think is legal. So Coach Tellis telling them, all right, time for us to get back out there, not letting up. So discussion going on between Coach Meza and Guillen as to whether she's going to stay in or not. Training staff is off the field. Officials are talking with Coach Santiago over there. Hobbs leading 1-0, a long injury break here. And it looks like they will leave Guillen in for now. So Guillen will stay in as Guillen and Piccini had a huge collision to the right side of the net. Both of them slow to get up. So Guillen is up, and it looks like she's going to stay in the match. So everybody's up and at 'em. And it'll be a corner kick for the Eagles as Beltran will send it in and behind the net. So back over to the Lady Trojans as we are back underway. 1-0, 25-20. Yep, there we go. Get the clock going, guys. 25 minutes to go here in regulation. Back out into the midfield. Mayfield looking for some room. They've got it going up the left wing. Trying to take it in on the high angle shot. Hobbs gets back and will just bounce it back out and away to about the 30-yard mark. So, hey, they're going to say Lady Eagle throw in. Now the Lady Eagles have a chance up on the right wing. Little hesitation move, trying to get it into the middle to Bettis. Losing it, but Hobbs almost getting Mayfield off of it, but Mayfield taking it, and now they'll start it back up. Bouncing ball over and through, as heading over will be Marquez to just make sure that one doesn't become an issue, and she will pop it up into the night sky out to midfield, where Hobbs will try and take back over. Moving through as Chavez will push Beltran off the ball and then send it out. So still moving, Hobbs with the ball. Another lightning delay in Lovington. Just been informed as that one will come squirting through into space, and coming through and shooting it out was one of the Mayfield defenders, and that one will go out. And back to it. Is Hobbs looking over, centering pass, and nobody home but one of the Mayfield players. Trying to dribble it back up. Looking for room is Garza. Garza battles, wins the battle. She'll take it up the far wing. She'll send that one into space, where Hobbs will take it over and just send it back to the near side. Garza gets run over, and yep, they are going to call the run over there on Rivera. So it'll be a free kick for the Lady Trojans as they will send it into play. Hobbs leading this one 1-0. So into space and off the foot of a Mayfield player, then off the head of a Hobbs player, and then Hobbs will take it back up the right wing. Looking for some space, trying to center it up. Mayfield not letting them. They have tightened up considerably here in the half. Now a wide angle shot that'll go well wide of the net. So back down as Mayfield looking to put a press on with 21 minutes remaining here in regulation. Hobbs leading 1-0 as that one will go out. And it'll be Hobbs ball, but Mayfield starting to press a little. About the halfway mark was when they started putting on more pressure in that first half. Hobbs weathered the storm. Mayfield is yet to get a shot off in this second half. That one goes bouncing through. Looking for a little room and a little space is Adame. She'll send it all the way across the pitch, where Soto will settle it and try and move it forward. Winds up with Mayfield, though, as we click down under 21 to go, and then getting knifed down is Rivera right at midfield. So it'll be a free kick for the Lady Eagles right at midfield. Sending it deep into Mayfield territory. Hobbs tries to crash in. Still trying to crash in. Now a bouncing ball. Beltran settles it down, puts it in on goal, and Guillen stops it. Her 10th stop of the night. Beltran's second shot. Good stop there by Guillen. Oh, Beltran got it. They say that it went past the line, so Beltran puts it home at 19:50 of the second. So Camilla Beltran put it in. I thought Guillen had made a gorgeous stop, but Beltran had gotten it past her before she managed to corral it. And then Hobbs will take it right back. The Lady Eagles smelling some blood in the water. Nope, they've still only got 1-0 on the board. I think that is correct. Yeah, they didn't come kick it back off, so Beltran did not score. I was correct. So sorry about that. I was believing what I was hearing from the PA announcer. So I will get that corrected. It is 1-0. Still, and a whistle sound. Sorry, was fixing the bug there. So still 1-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles, but a great shot and a great chance there by Beltran. And a good stop there by Guillen. Third shot on goal for Beltran. A free kick for Hobbs from the near side. And that'll be Beltran who will send it towards net. And that one will go wide to the left with 18:50 remaining. Hope we've got 18:50 before the storms and the lightning. Looks like it's raining pretty good to the west and to the northwest. And pretty good lightning show to the west and northwest as well. No bouncer off the goalie kick coming through. Mayfield with just one up, trying to get a little pressure. Hobbs defenders back easily, then that one will go out. Hobbs defender slips down. Mayfield throw in from the far sideline. Trying to put a little more pressure on, trailing 1-0. Have yet to get a shot in the second half. Hobbs will take it on the throw in and then just scoot it back the other way. As Hobbs will take it, Beltran gets bodied off the ball. Mayfield just going to send it out on the near side. It'll be Hobbs throw in. 17:45 plus stoppage here in the game. Hobbs leading 1-0 over the head of everybody by Zambrano. And Garza centers it up for Mayfield. Hobbs will flash through and take it back. Nice job by Rivera there. Turns around, looks for some space, puts on a little speed, feeding it in. Beltran right in the middle. Tries to get it over to the far side to Davis. Davis not able to handle it, and it'll go out. And it'll be, it's going to be kick time for the Mayfield squad. So again, Hobbs trying to improve to 8-3. Mayfield's goalkeeper, Katie Guillen, has played extremely well, stopping 10 of the 11 shots that she's faced, pardon me. So the bouncer. And off the head, working the wings. Hobbs giving chase. That's Davis over there. And Hobbs takes it back. Another centering pass, trying to cause traffic in the middle, and a flag, and we are going to have a infraction, and it'll be on the Lady Eagles. So now it'll be Mayfield with the free kick. As they try and come out of a 1-0 hole. Still plenty of time in this one. 16 minutes exactly to go, plus stoppage. Garza on the far side will send it to the middle. Comes bouncing. As Hobbs will move it in. That's Madeline Gonzalez seeing some time. Gets bodied off the ball. As Mayfield going to move it up, trying to get it to Garza. Soto's there, and she'll send a screamer back down the pitch. Looks like the two teams just going to basically volley it back and forth for a while. Oh, and another hip check there. That's a hockey hip check. Hey, I said I wasn't calling hockey. Maybe I am. As that one will go squirreling out the far side. And all the way to the stands. Hobbs throw in, far sideline. 15 minutes and change to go here in regulation. 1-0. Hobbs up on the Addison Bettis goal in the 21st minute of the first half. Hobbs' pressure has waned slightly here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Their defense has done a nice job, though. They have not let Mayfield get any sustained pressure thus far here in the half. If Hobbs wants to, they can just play keep away here. I think they need at least one more tally to maybe breathe a little bit easier. That one going to get back a sloppy pass. Adame will have to come back and get it. And then coming to the near side, that'll be with Zambrano. Zambrano back to Adame. His Hobbs just going to play it all the way across the pitch. Trying to move it into the middle. Trying to split two players. To Bettis. To Beltran. And then a slow roller going to come in. And one of the Lady Eagles is down. The Lady Eagle who took the shot, as a matter of fact, is down. Move the camera. So the Lady Eagles slow getting up and having to kind of hobble that one off a little bit. That was Rivera. She got her first shot on goal, but she's not feeling real good. She's going to have to walk that one off. Here's Mayfield who'll send it back down the pitch. Rivera stays in. She's tough. 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. Time moving with 13:20 to go in regulation, plus whatever little stoppage they put on it. As that one will bounce out, Hobbs throw in from the far sideline. Pardon me. So the Lady Eagles continue on the attack, and that one will sail wide to the right. And now Mayfield has the ball once again, still deep in their own zone, though. And sending it out. Hobbs will come in on it hard. Again, trying to get pressure, bounce into the middle, and to tackle. Another hip check. No call. Mayfield will take it back. Mayfield is picking up the physicality a little bit here in the late going of this one. Guess you got to do something to try and get the ball and go on the attack. Bouncer onto the far side, giving chase. Lady Eagles not able to get to it, but last touched by one of the Trojans. 12 minutes and change remaining. Throw in from the far sideline. And then a bouncer into the middle as they were just trying to clear that one out, as Guillen will run over Rivera. Again, she's slow to get up, and then the bouncer back in. Hobbs continues on the attack. Turn around, bouncer, kick, and Gonzalez, the junior forward, put a kick on it. Didn't manage to get it past Guillen. She's got 11 stops and 12 tries. 1-0 Hobbs in the lead, 11:30 remaining in regulation as that one will go out. Mayfield going to try and draw something up here. As now Chavez to inbound it from the near side. Clock continues to move as the officials say, send the thing in, young lady. So she'll toss it in. Bouncing off of Lopez and then back into the teeth of the Hobbs defense, who will send it back up. And they'll work it through with Adame, who sends it all the way across the pitch, and Hobbs will start their run up once again. Back into the attacking zone. They have lived there in the second half, have yet to net another one, though. And a beautiful one by Beltran, a beautiful opportunity, but a great stop by Guillen. Battle going on now with Silva for the Lady Eagles. Hobbs trying to keep some space out there off the hip of Moreno, and then Hobbs will take it back into their attacking end. Run there, Davis will take it, taking it up the far right wing, looking for some help. A little stutter step, pushes it out. Now she'll turn around and fire. Davis puts that one in. Off the rebound and sliding over is Guillen, and she will get it. Davis, her third shot. And a couple Lady Eagles in the neighborhood, but nobody able to get anything on it. As finally Guillen manages to crab crawl through and collect that ball. Good opportunity for the Lady Eagles there. And another good stop for Guillen. Except for the screamer that Bettis put by her back in the first half. She's gotten to everything. Under 10 to play. 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. Hobbs will take it away deep in the offensive zone. Centering it up to Bettis, to Davis, to Beltran, and another save made by Guillen. Beltran with her fourth shot of the evening, and another close one. Onto the far sideline. Hobbs taking it away, but losing it right back. Mayfield going to try and move some penetration up. It only takes one, but they are running out of time. Lady Eagles take it away, forcing the turnover. They've done that a lot this evening as they will keep the pressure on, and we will have an infraction on the far side as one of the Lady Eagles gets steamrolled with 8:45 plus stoppage to go here in the match. Free kick for Hobbs from approximately 20 yards out. It'll be a bad angle shot, but a set play. So let's see what Coach Tellez draws up for her Lady Eagles from fairly close in. We'll move it out to about, we'll call it the 25-yard mark. It's the 15 on the football field, of course. 25 yards out from the goal line. One of the officials coming over, having a word with some of the Lady Trojans players at about the 10-yard mark. So now Hobbs will send it in, and that's a line drive screamer, but it'll be bodied up by the Lady Trojans, who will then try and start it back up the field. Guess who? It's Garza. She's got a little room, comes up, and Hobbs will just come through. Nice job there by Rivera to just swat that one through and away. Pardon me, that was Silva. So on to the far sideline with Chasso. Seeing some action now late for Mayfield. Mayfield trying to put pressure on and Hobbs in. They trail 1-0. The Lady Eagles have done a pretty good job. They've put a lot of pressure on Guillen tonight, but Guillen has been equal to it. 7:20 remaining in regulation. And Mayfield trying to get their first sustained pressure of the night against the Lady Eagles. So on the throw-in, comes into the middle. And Hobbs will just bounce it back out, trying to get it onto the feet of their strikers and forwards. Squirting that one forward, giving chase is Bettis, and that one will be out. And it will wind up back with Mayfield. I think they're going to try and pick the pace up just a little bit with clock running down. 6:45 remaining. As off of the head of Adame, who controls in the middle of the field, and she'll bounce it over to the near side. Splits a Mayfield defender and a Hobbs Lady Eagle, and we're just going to watch that one head out on the far sideline over to Mayfield. 6 minutes remaining and a collision on the throw-in. They're going to say stays Mayfield ball. Throwing that one in will be Chavez, who tosses it in a shallow inlet, getting it to Garza. Garza and Nieto are probably the two biggest threats out there, and they are both on the pitch. Into the middle of the pitch, Bettis from the 15-yard mark bounces it out, and another stop by Guillen. So Bettis now with 5 shots on goal, one of which is the difference maker in the game right now. 14 stops on 15 attempts. Guillen has played well. 5+ to go, bouncing ball. It's loose, giving chase. Davis back towards the center and over pursuing. Of course, I know that's what they were told to do, as Chavez will come over and will body off the Lady Eagle, who was giving chase. I believe that was Rivera. No, bouncing it into the middle. Hobbs on the attack once again. Bettis gets that one knocked away from her by Soto on the far side. Pardon me, that was Solis, and then out at midfield. It'll stay Mayfield ball with 4:40 remaining here in regulation. So on the throw in, and then backing out, and it'll be Hobbs ball. And not sure why they've stopped the clock. We don't have anybody down. There they go. All right, they were putting some subs in, so I'm sure nobody could burn time with the subs. 4.5, throw in for Hobbs again at midfield as Mayfield immediately knocks that one out. Good test tonight for both of these squads. And they are 13 and 14 respectively in Class 5A. Through the max preps, and that one will come all the way through, and Kevin to come out and grab it is Marquez, who's only faced 5 shots tonight. She has not had a real busy night, but of the 5 she's faced, probably 3 of them, maybe 4 of the 5 have been pretty good ones. She's only faced 1 shot here in the second half. So the defense has done a nice job keeping Mayfield from being able to go on the attack and stay on the attack. 3.5 remaining in regulation. 1-0. Hobbs in the lead. Bounce it into the middle. Possession is key here. Guess who? It's Garza. She'll sweep it up into the middle of the field where Hobbs will just immediately bounce it right back down off of the feet of Davis. In a battle at midfield, and one of the Lady Trojans goes down. Now Hobbs on the attack. That's Rivera. Rivera looks. Bouncer in, and a stop for Guillen. Not just a whole lot on that one. But it's never a bad idea to send it on goal. Under 3 to play in regulation. 1-0 Hobbs in the lead. Let's see if Mayfield has a sustained push in them. They have not had one at all in the second half. Mayfield ball as Coach Santiago Meza gets it to his throw-in girl very quickly. He knows they've got to move and move fast. Bodied up by Bettis. She'll take it onto the right wing. She'll send one in at a bad angle, and Guillen has another stop. Clicking down to 2:20 plus whatever stoppage they put on it. Guillen will send it into the middle of the field. Lopez trying to get to it. Hobbs takes it away. Lady Eagle's going to try another late rush here. Into the middle, then coming back to the near side. And that one will go out. And we have 2 minutes remaining in regulation, plus whatever little stoppage time they put on it. 2 minutes to go. Mayfield on the throw-in. And it goes into the middle. And taking it away. Nice job by Bettis. Bettis looking towards the middle. But she'll lose it as Garza gets it to Flores. Then bouncing it to the far side. 90 seconds in regulation. 1-0. Lady Eagles in the lead. They'd be content to just keep it right here in the midfield as much as they can. Uh-oh, they've got Flores. She's got a little bit of a head of steam, but 3 defenders back for Hobbs. And they body her and get her off the ball. One of the Lady Eagles goes tumbling as she and Flores collide, and then it'll go out. And it will be a throw-in deep in Hobbs' defensive zone for Mayfield. 1 minute to go, plus whatever stoppage they let have happen. 1 minute left on the clock on the throw-in. Mayfield, I think at some point they're going to crash everybody in if they can get the ball back. Hobbs wants to keep that from happening. Sweeping the ball to the near side in the midfield. Lady Eagles trying to center it up. Garza will come back, though, and she'll send it back up. Too far off the feet of her intended target there, Moreno. 30 seconds left in regulation. Into the middle again. Lady Eagles will swipe it and swoop it back down, and a whistle sounds, and they're going to say that is ball game, and so that will do it. And the Hobbs Lady Eagles will win this one by a final score of 1-0. That one coming off the foot of 8th grader Addison Bettis in the first half in the 21-minute mark, 20-21 to be exact. And the Lady Eagles get the 1-0 lead. Good defensive play, though, by Katie Guillen. Always give credit where credit is due. She faced 18 shots, and she stopped 17 of them. Good job in the cage for Sabrina Marquez, too. Stopped all 5 of the shots she faced and only had to face a couple in that second half. Good job by the Lady Eagle defense. So next up for Hobbs, they'll go to Las Cruces to take on Las Cruces High on Saturday afternoon. Best of luck to them. We'll be back with you from here at Watson Stadium tomorrow. The Hobbs boys taking on Las Cruces Centennial. So for Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long and thanks for watching. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everyone.